WDTN, the station that's on your side. This is 2 News at 5 with breaking news.
Colorado authorities scour a portion of that state at this hour after a 6-year-old boy vanishes. Good evening, I'm Mark Allen.
And I'm Marcia Bonhart. Originally, it was thought the boy was on board as a runaway experimental aircraft, but when that aircraft landed, the boy wasn't inside and the door was unlocked.
Now, it's not clear at this hour whether the boy fell out of the balloon or was never actually inside the craft. Authorities are searching for any sign of that child now on the ground, including the neighborhood where he lives. Now, the bizarre scene played out live on television all afternoon long, and perhaps we can go back to some more of that video, as the balloon rotated slowly in the wind, tipping precariously at times before gliding to the ground after more than 2 hours in the air. Now, the Sheriff's Department there in Colorado says the balloon was owned by the boy's parents and was tethered behind the family home in Fort Collins. The sheriff's spokesperson says the 2 boys were playing outside when the older boy apparently saw the younger one go into a compartment at the bottom of the balloon and then just fly away. Now, the balloon landed on its own in a dirt field again about 2 hours later. Deputies secured it to keep it in place, even tossing dirt on one edge. They opened it. The boy was not inside, and the search has been going on ever since. Leanne Gregg is live tonight in Colorado with the very latest. Leanne.
Good evening. Right now, a frantic search is underway for a 6-year-old boy who is thought to be missing, who crawled inside a balloon earlier today and took a 2.5-hour unexpected ride. Ground crews are searching a 90-mile area where they think that this boy may be. They're specifically looking for a compartment that was attached to the bottom of the balloon. It fell off. They fear the boy may be inside. A surprising discovery after a wild scene over the skies of Colorado. 6-year-old Falcon Henney, believed to be inside an experimental balloon, was nowhere to be found when the balloon finally came down. Rescuers and the boy's family feared the aircraft had taken off with the boy inside.
The one son saw the little brother go inside the little compartment and watch it take off.
The brother of the 6-year-old reported seeing the boy climb inside the balloon capsule. Now investigators are trying to answer the mystery of where the child is and how the balloon got loose. The aircraft is owned by the boy's parents and was being worked on at their home near Fort Collins. As the balloon soared across the state, it continued to lose helium and at times dipped wildly as emergency crews and news helicopters tracked its progress. With the balloon safely on the ground, there are more questions than answers as investigators search for the boy. Authorities are not only searching for the boy, they want to know more about the circumstances surrounding the construction of this experimental aircraft and the family that was involved. From Denver, I'm Leanne Gregg. Back to you.
Now, we've been talking with pilots and aviation experts since the balloon took off.
Our Shelby Costo is live and continues team coverage with their take on all this. Shelby?
Well, Mark, we just talked to a hot air balloon expert who says he was just as shocked and surprised to see this homemade balloon flying through the air. Now, Mike Gliotti is a pilot from Bella Hot Air Balloons. He says homemade balloons are extremely rare and can be dangerous, as we saw this afternoon. He says weather balloons, like the one in Colorado, are not made for passengers, and if a little boy was in that balloon, even for a short period of time, there would be a very limited amount of oxygen, and anyone could easily pass out.
Unless there was a separation between he and the helium, he was mostly in an all-helium environment, and although most of us think helium is a pretty innocuous type of substance, if we were just breathing it, it would lead to our death.
Now, Gliotti tells me he is not aware of anyone in the Miami Valley or anyone really in Ohio that has ever made a type of balloon like the one in Colorado. He says that he hopes that this doesn't deter people away from riding in hot air balloons, which he says is a very safe flight. Reporting live from the Waynesville Airport, Shelby Costo, 2 News on your